Hey everyone, it's Keith here. It's been about a year since I've updated my pocket carry, so in today's video, we're taking a look at some of the changes I've made to my EDC setup. The first change is the wallet. I've been rocking the Alpaka Arc bifold wallet for the past 9 months and it's fantastic. The exterior is made from a black VX21 X pack with a bright orange ripstop accent on the interior. It has a bifold design with 5 card slots that can hold up to 12 cards. For my setup, I only carry about 7 cards, and the overall thickness is still quite manageable in my front pockets. In terms of build quality and day-to-day use, the X pack has held up very well, and I haven't run into any issues with the stitching. So far, I'm digging this wallet, and I think it's a great value and worth checking out. The next big change to my EDC is the flashlight. Previously, I carried the PowerTac M5G2, but for the past 9 months, I've been carrying the Olight Warrior Mini 3. My friends at Olight sent me an early prototype and I've really enjoyed using it. This light was featured in my favorite gear in 2023 video, and I still think it's one of the best flashlights under $100. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, you can check out my detailed review in the top right corner. This light does more than everything I need, however I'm curious about the Warrior Nano. If any of you have tried it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next up, let's talk about my watches. In my current rotation, I have 4 watches. The G-Shock DW5610SU, RZE Endeavor, and the Seiko SNXS 79K. The 4th watch is a prototype I've been testing and I'll share a link once it's released. For now, let's focus on the other 3 watches. Starting with the G-Shock DW5610SU, which stands for Street Utility Version. I bought this as a birthday gift for myself last year and it's my first G-Shock watch. I came across this colorway a couple of years ago and I fell in love with it. The grayed out case with black dial and red accents looks sleek and stealthy and matches my style. It's been a great watch for my outdoor adventures, although I'm considering cutting the excess strap that sticks out on my 5.5-inch wrist. If any of you have cut your G-Shock straps, share your experience in the comments. Despite the negative display being a bit challenging to read at times, it's an excellent daytime beater watch, and I always wear this when I'm out hiking or exploring. My next watch is the RZE Endeavor with the frigate grey dial. The Endeavor has all of the typical RZE features. A lightweight titanium case and bracelet with ultra hex coating, which does an excellent job preventing scratches. I recently watched a scratch test video from Ben's Watch Club comparing watch cases from brands like Zinn and Citizen, and I was surprised at how well the RZE case performed. If you want to check out that video, I'll leave a link in the top info card. The highlight feature of this watch is its weight. The titanium case and bracelet, sized for my 5.5-inch wrist, weighs 100 grams. The titanium case makes a unique wearing experience that makes it hard to go back to heavier stainless steel watches once you've tried it. I have a tiny wrist and I'm very sensitive to weight. Despite the Endeavor being a big watch for me, its weight makes it almost unnoticeable on my wrist. Another cool thing about this watch is the on-the-fly adjustment on the clasp. The bracelet already feels comfortable, but the micro adjust buckle makes the watch even more comfortable to wear throughout the day. The grey dial has a subtle texture and makes the overall watch look very sleek and understated. The Endeavor complements my style perfectly and it's been a fantastic everyday watch. My 3rd watch is the Seiko SNXS 79K. It's an old classic that I recently brought back into my rotation. I call this Seiko 5 the poor man's Rolex Datejust because of the lovely grey sunburst dial with applied indices. I love sunburst dials, and when I discovered this watch years ago, I had to grab one for around 250 Australian dollars. It was a great deal at the time, just before Hodinkee released the article on the Seiko SNK L23, which increased the popularity and prices of the Seiko 5 line. At the moment, I don't see these as great value, but if you love the design, it's still worth considering. This watch holds a special place in my collection, especially with the sunburst dial. I replaced the original bracelet with a comfortable suede strap from Strapify Australia. The Seiko SNXS 79K is another great everyday watch, perfect for a smart casual look with the suede strap. Next up, let's talk about my phone. Switching to the Samsung S23 Ultra from my S10 Plus has been incredible. The phone's speed and responsiveness are impressive with a detailed display and adaptive refresh rate. The day-to-day experience is very enjoyable. For anyone interested in the Gundam wallpaper, these are from Takamura Models and they make different Gundam inspired wallpapers for phones, tablets and desktops. I really like the animations when I turn on the screen, and if you're interested in checking them out, I'll include a link in the description. The standout feature of the S23 Ultra are the powerful cameras. It takes very detailed photos and the 100x zoom is pretty crazy. It's not something I use all the time, but it's very handy for some use cases. For example, looking at street signs across the road or looking at the menu on the wall at a restaurant. I don't have the greatest eyesight and the zoom makes life easier. During my recent travels, I found myself relying on the S23 Ultra for quick snaps instead of using my dedicated cameras. I used to love bringing my cameras out and about to shoot landscapes and street photography. However, on those recent trips, I felt like my phone has replaced my cameras. The photo and video quality are outstanding and I feel like it will play a bigger role in my future content creation. Another thing about this phone is the larger size. It's something I've slowly gotten used to, but the benefit is the longer battery performance, which I think is a good trade-off. I've paired my phone with the Spigen Ultra Hybrid 01 case. Ever since I first saw this case, I fell in love with the techie and futuristic design and immediately picked it up for this phone. It hugs the phone quite well and does a decent job protecting the phone from bumps and drops. I've really enjoyed using it and it was a great investment, as I'm planning on using it for the next 3 to 5 years. Moving on to earbuds, I'm still rocking the True Wireless. I think I've been using it for the past 2 years now and I don't want to go into too much detail. A quick summary is that it's got decent audio quality with active noise cancellation. I don't have many complaints, but if you want to hear more of my thoughts, you can check out last year's everyday carry video in the top info card. Besides the True Wireless, I sometimes carry the Truth Ear Hexa InEar monitors with the Apple USB-C to 3.5mm dongle. Early last year, I started dabbling into the world of in-ear monitors with the Moondrop Chews, and I picked up the Truth Ear Hexas just a few months ago. These have incredible detail, but the soundstage feels narrow. The sound on the Hexa is neutral, but leans bright with slightly thin bass. The Truth Ear Hexa sounds so much better than the True Wireless. I don't always carry this every day, just on some slower days when I'm not out and about everywhere. Another thing I love about the Hexa is the semi-translucent design with metal faceplates. Also, one thing I need to point out is that the cable died within 4 months. I want to thank the team at Shenzhen Audio for replacing my cable for free. Besides the cable issue, I've been very impressed by the Truth Ear Hexa, and if you have any recommendations for my next in-ear monitor, let me know in the comments. For my keys, I'm rocking 2 key setups, one for my home and one for the studio. I've been using my home key setup with the Orbit key and Alpaka hub clip for close to 2 years. I've gotten so used to using this setup and it's been amazing. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on the setup, you can check out last year's everyday carry video in the top info card. Last year, I added a new key setup for my YouTube studio using the Ridge key case and the Night Eyes micro carabiner. The highlight for me is the built-in pocket clip. This comes in handy when I need to free up my hands during travels between home and the studio. For example, I can clip it onto my pant pockets, a belt, or on the strap of my Sling. The carbon fiber version looks sleek and Ridge offers plenty of different color and material options. Although there are some reviews mentioning the silicone degrading over time, I haven't experienced any issues so far and I really like the design of the Ridge key case. The Ridge key case is a great alternative, especially if you don't like the leather or canvas options from Orbit Key. For the rest of my key setup, I have my Night Eyes micro carabiner attached to my garage remote. This tiny carabiner has served me well over the years. It's got a self-locking feature that lets me quickly and securely detach the garage remote while keeping the overall setup fairly minimal. And that pretty much covers everything I carry in my pockets. However, I want to share another piece of gear I've enjoyed carrying lately, and it's the Alpaka Go Sling Nano. This is a 1.6 litre sling and it fits my entire pocket carry. In the front pocket, I keep a microfiber cloth along with one set of keys. In the main compartment, there are 2 slip mesh pockets for my earbuds and wallet. In the main section, I keep my second set of keys and the Warrior Mini 3. Finally, in the last protected slot, I keep my S23 Ultra. Even with all of my daily essentials in the sling, it's still got a bit of room for smaller gear like car keys or my Truth Ear Hexa. The Ghost Sling Nano is very compact and easy to carry. I've been using it for the past few months and it's been incredible. The Ghost Sling Nano was my favorite sling of 2023, and if you're looking for a compact sling just for your daily carry, I recommend checking it out. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out my tech backpack setup or my tech pouch setup. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.